If you like drinking almond milk and you buy it from the grocery store, it turns out that you are not only harming the environment, but you're consuming a product that might not even really be healthy for you.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Today's video is a response to the channel The Young Turks, who have made a video saying why almond milk is terrible.
So they've got the sensational headline here and they talk about it from the health and environmental perspective. Let's start with the environment.
In order to produce a single almond, you need the equivalent of 1.1 gallons of water. Now, that's a lot of water per almond. But consider the fact that 100% of the almonds produced in the United States grow in California, a state that's dealing with a severe drought. Now, 25.3 gallons of water is needed to produce a serving of almonds.
So 1.1 gallons of water per almond sounds like a lot of water, right? But exactly how many almonds and therefore exactly how much water are needed to make 1 gallon of almond milk? And how does this compare to cow's milk?
Well, they deliberately bank on their audience not doing the annoying and tricky conversions and calculations to find out. But fortunately, other sources have, and we've linked them in the description below. Of course, these are estimates, but roughly speaking, per pound, cow's milk uses nearly twice as much water as homemade almond milk, and around 11 times more water than commercial almond milk.
And speaking of California, Californians use 1,500 gallons of water per person per day, and close to half is associated with meat and dairy products.
Yet again, another classic case of smoke screens and mirrors. Criticize what the left hand is doing over here, while the right hand that's doing all the damage goes unnoticed.
Yeah, and this is so disappointing, but also pretty typical to see from a channel that, kind of likes to portray that they're really progressive and, we're all over it. No, guys, you're just spewing out the same old rhetoric that's getting old, it's getting boring. Come on, it's 2016, we've got the facts. If you haven't already, you need to watch the documentary Cowspiracy. Go on their website and read the facts page. It's all there, all linked with references. It's fascinating. That's where the truth is.
We should be seeing a video why cow's milk is terrible.
In order to make almond milk, you basically soak like the nutrients and the fats and the oils out of the almonds, and then you're left with like this grainy, mushy stuff. And it's disgusting, like no one wants to consume it, so you just throw it away.
It's disgusting. Let's tell you what's disgusting about cow's milk. They allow up to 7 drops of pus per glass of milk in the United States. That's disgusting.
Absolutely, and it's not mushy, grainy stuff. It's called pulp, and it can be used. I mean, we used to make our own almond milk and sesame seed milk. You can make it with any nut or seed, really. It's very, very easy. And what's left is the pulp, but we used to re-blend it with cacao powder or carob
and dates.
Yep, and then you've got like this sweet chocolatey thing that you can add to
your cereal or
almond, oatmeal, whatever you like. So it can be reused, and it's just really disappointing to see how they're making this plant food sounds so disgusting when the real disgusting thing, as you said, is what's in your dairy milk.
Pus-filled cow's milk, yeah. Now there's also an inference here that the commercial almond milk industry is wasteful by throwing this pulp away. Well, what's really wasteful is that earlier this year, some Australian dairy farmers were literally pouring milk down the drain because it wasn't profitable to transport. And the US dairy industry was sued $52 million for slaughtering 500,000 dairy cows to inflate dairy prices.
Some people will make almond milk at home and then they'll use the grainy stuff for beauty products like a scrub or something like that.
You gotta love his reaction. Oh my God, when she's talking about rubbing almond pulp on her face.
That's not disgusting. What's disgusting and what you should be going, oh my God, about is that some people actually soak themselves in a bath of cow's milk. They'll use cow milk products on their skin as, beauty treatments. That's disgusting.
Exactly. Now remember, 7 drops of pus per glass of milk. So the real question is, how many glasses of milk in a bathtub of milk? So how many cells of pus are you soaking in?
That's awful. That's disgusting. But again, this, the whole demonization of a plant food and what's wrong with putting the pulp of nuts on your face? Think about what you're putting in your body if you're eating meat, dairy, and eggs.
Exactly. And back to the bath milk. If we think that soaking in a bathtub of human breast milk is disgusting, what about the breast milk from another species?
Exactly.
You couldn't pay me enough money to make almond milk because I couldn't do it anyway.
Top of the food chain, though. channels that don't even do almond milk.
It would take less time to make homemade almond milk, and we know from experience than it would to get in your car, drive to the store and buy commercial dairy milk and bring it back.
You'd probably be sitting at the traffic lights and looking for a car spot longer than it takes you to. What you do is you soak the almonds overnight, you put them in the blender the next day, you put your water, you blend it for a few minutes, and then you squeeze that through a milking bag. And that's it. Like, it's so fast and easy.
Oh my God, who's got time to make almond milk by themselves at home and then figure out what to do with the pulp?
Not me.
Oh.
We've just answered that. You know, it's just, I don't know, are they paid by the
Well,
dairy
they're like
industry?
BuzzFeed. They're making veganism out to be really, really difficult. First of all, if you don't like almond milk for whatever reason or you're against it, there's plenty of other plant milk varieties. You know, there's soy, there's oat, there's coconut, there's hemp, there's rice. The list goes on.
Yeah, you don't even have to use a plant milk. We're vegan for 5 years, and we don't even use a plant milk, so you don't have to use one of these. And
not that there's anything wrong with almond milk.
No, if you want to drink it, drink it. The other thing is they go on about how this almond milk that you buy from the store is unhealthy because it's only 2% almonds, the rest is water, and then you've got some artificial
sweeteners and flavours. Well, I'll tell you what, artificial sweeteners and flavours and almonds and water are not being scientifically linked to 14 of the 15 leading causes of our death, but animal products, including dairy, have.
So the artificial sweeteners and the flavouring is, of course, not the most healthy thing to consume, and no one can argue against that. But it's not fair to demonise almond milk because what they're kind of doing is championing the alternative, which is cow milk, and that's going to cause a lot more problems for your health and the environment, and obviously for the animals, than some nuts and water.
Yeah, and they talked about, I think, almond milk containing less protein, for example, than cow's milk. Well, why don't you talk about what the protein in cow's milk actually does? It actually stimulates IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, which promotes the growth of cancerous cells in our body. Almond protein doesn't do that.
And of course, one of the most dangerous things about cow's milk is that it contains around 60 naturally occurring hormones from another species. This isn't added hormones, these are naturally occurring.
That's if it's organic.
That's right,
And if it's not, then they have the additional growth hormones that they inject the cows with.
I mean, that is so dangerous, putting that into our bodies, and so much disease is caused from this product that to demonize almond milk because it's mainly made up of water and it has some artificial sweeteners and flavors is beyond anything logical. What are you doing, guys?
Yeah, I mean, cow's milk has also been linked to acne, increased risk of hip fractures, diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease,
asthma, allergies, many autoimmune diseases. The list goes on. All right, guys, to wrap this video up, share this with the young Turks and let them know if you want them to make a follow-up video called Why Cow's Milk is Terrible.
Exactly, for their 3 million impressionable subscribers.
That's right.
And give them the facts.
Yeah.
Like, share and subscribe. And remember until next time that going vegan is not the most we can do.
It's the least we can do, and you don't even have to drink almond milk if you don't want to. See you next video.
Bye, guys.
It's just this continuous perpetuation of an image that you can be a supermodel and eat hamburgers and be thin and look gorgeous and be happy and healthy and eat whatever you want. And that's just not true.
No.